Chris Paul gets in, another wide open three.
Pierre Cardin.
Defers to Booker for the long range.
Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the Valley, it ain't nothing but a thing.
Welcome, everybody, to the Aussie Suns Fans podcast. I am your host, Gavin, and we are here once again for the second time in a few days, this time to go over another one of the divisions in the West. But I am joined in live on location in Perth by everyone's favourite, I don't know what face he's pulling, but everyone's favourite weirdo Boyd. Boyd, you've actually got the shakes, mate. So I know that you're trying to make it look like you're not moving. You've got a bit of head wobble.
I do, mate. I might have early onset fucking Parkinson's or something. I've got dementia coming. That's in the family. So I might have something else going on. I used to be able to do the freeze, pretend to be freeze and all that sort of stuff. Now I can't. I'm getting old.
Hammo, how are you going, mate? You're growing some sort of beard are you trying to look like a cartoon villain?
Yeah, definitely.
Or Colonel Sanders.
All I could see is you sitting there with Muttley, giggling away. That's what it's reminding me of at the moment.
That's a good rendition.
Nah, sorry, guys.
There you go, mate.
Yeah, all right, not too bad. Very keen for episode 99.
99.
I wore the wrong jersey. Shit.
You should have called the boss man today.
You and I
We
both
are,
got to be
folks,
careful about our jersey choices.
We are, folks, at episode 99 of the Aussie Suns Fans podcast. And very exciting. This weekend, we will record episode 100. So very exciting.
Also good, by the way, Gav.
I'm getting there, Nate. We're also joined by one of the original podcast things, because we've been going through some of the old episodes. Nate, you were on the first show with me. We referenced in that first show that Hammo just didn't even bother showing up for the first show. But how are you doing, mate? Are you looking forward to episode 100 coming up this week?
I'm looking forward to all the little snippets and videos and guest appearances that you've put together. I think you've, from the little that you've told us, I think you've put together a good little episode. So I'm looking forward to it.
It should be good fun. We've certainly got some surprises for the show so far. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Boyd, when you put your thumb up there before, what's on your thumb?
It's I don't know. Just while I was fucking around trying to set up my iPhone studio, I think I've nicked it on something.
So, I was going to say, is it a wanker callus?
Oh, mate, could be.
That was a good session.
It's a little bit too girthy to be mine. Maybe I was banking off someone else.
Just the pinprick, mate, was it? The pinprick.
Pinprick, yeah. That's my usual.
All right. If you're watching on YouTube and all that sort of stuff, guys, make sure you click the like button, hit subscribe, do us a solid. We do love seeing that everyone's been getting on and checking it out. We will try to make sure that tonight doesn't go for 2 hours like our last episode, but that just
I wouldn't want to waffle again.
That depends on how much waffle Nate's going to throw in.
Oh, yeah, and just so as everybody knows, I blew up royally after that fucking
pod. He threw his toys out of the cot, peoples.
Yeah.
And
don't worry. Look, if any of you guys agree with me that there was some fucking shit talked on that pod, I've fucking sorted it out. I've addressed all the problems that we had.
The entire fucking premise of our show is talking shit.
I actually did point that out at one point in the middle of the episode.
Good shit.
Just because
that.
you had your panties in a knot, you had a bad week, and you tried to take it out on everyone else.
But I actually didn't take it out on anyone during the pod.
Oh, wow. if anyone does get the chance to go back and watch it, watch Boyd lean back on his chair, having a little suki lala, the tears rolling down the cheeks. Fucking, I love you, Boyd, but Jesus Christ, you absolutely threw the panties out of the kite.
Yeah, well, you're fucking wrong, mate. You guys put on a shit show, and you need to be fucking called out on it, right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
When are the shoes dropping in Australia?
Let's talk about shoes again, because fucking
let's talk about shoes again. It went so fucking well.
Hey guys,
went so fucking well last
time. Half. Let's talk about fucking what date the shoes drop. You fucks.
All right. So Suns
We're off and
news
running.
Suns news this week. Bit of talk there that there's a fair bit of carry on from over the pond with our friends over in the US, who are all excited because LeBron James is apparently putting together a super team to go to the next Olympics after they lost the World Cup. But the interesting part of that is obviously Kevin Durant is part of the names that were listed. But actually on Twitter, Devin Booker came out and said, I'm in. I'm more than happy to come in and play a role. We saw Booker and KD at the last Olympics. I know it's a long way away, but this all happened this week, so we want to touch on it. Boyd, are you excited about Rome, Paris next year, where you can watch a bit of Book and KD action in the Olympics after we've won a chip?
Yeah, it's gonna be cool, man. Excited about it, but I'm not scrolling fucking social media looking for that shit right now. It's nice to see when it pops up, man. I'm just I'm honing in on training camp in 3 weeks from today. I think I saw it pop up.
About 3 weeks. Yeah.
That's
about right.
So that's what I'm honing in on. That's what I'm getting excited about. Nothing's swaying me from that. I'm just fucking. I'm on a mission. I'm on a mission for training camp.
Zoned right into training camp. I love it.
I'm on it. But yeah, look,
But hold on. Well, I mean, for you too, you became a Suns fan because of a Phoenix Sun at the Olympics, right?
Yeah, I did. And look, I'm excited for KD and Book. I think they're both walk-ins for that USA squad.
Yep.
But I don't know. I was listening to I think it was Windhorse podcast, and I just fucking they're talking about some fucking the dark and stormy picks that they're talking about for the Olympics. I think one of them mentioned Kevon Looney. That's him. Like Kevon Looney, like as being a addressing their rebounding problems, and he's got good cohesion with Steph, and like Kevon Looney. Like there was no mention of Bradley Beal, and I honestly believe that Bradley Beal's going to have his most efficient season of his career, and we've never. What we're going to see of Bradley Beal this year, I think he might play himself into that conversation. So he might be that dark and stormy pick for the Olympics. We might see 3 Phoenix Suns in that squad.
Ooh. And well, we're going to see Utah Watanabe because they've qualified. We're going to see DA because they've qualified, and Eric Gordon because they've qualified. Half our freaking team could end up playing in that Olympics. Let's be honest. Chimezi Metu.
Eric Gordon.
Eric Gordon. I said Eric Gordon, but thanks for reiterating it, you fucking parrot. It should be exciting. It should be exciting. Hammo, what are your thoughts on that?
Man, I think Suns Fever in the chat's got it right. Let's just concentrate on the championship. Give a fuck about the Olympics, man. Fuck Paris. Fuck the Olympics. Win, 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 win. Throw everything else out the window. Win, 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 win. Don't think about the Olympics. Not yet.
Since you mentioned Hammo's goatee, Gav, I can't stop seeing Colonel Sanders. You went with
I love me a fried chicken.
I know you love you some fucking fried chicken. But I'm seeing Colonel Sanders. What's the name of that character that's with Muttley that you likened it to?
I can't remember his name. Yeah, Dastardly. That's him.
Yes,
Dick Dastardly.
I can't remember what he looks like, but
Dick dastardly.
yes.
I don't think he had the beard part. He just had the mustache, like the really
Yeah,
big
that
long
weird
mustache
little
thing.
twisty mustache thing.
Yeah.
I'll
Anyway,
try that for the
Nate-
next pod.
Nate, Boyd whinged about how long it went for because everyone was waffling, and he's so far distracted the first 10 minutes of this pod. So, how about you? Tell me all about
Yeah, well,
what your thoughts
I mean,
are
while
on
he
the
was
Olympics.
while he was chatting, I was wondering how long training camp goes. Is it restricted to 45 minutes, an hour and a half, 2.5 hours? Like, me personally, I'm looking forward to the Olympics. I fucking love the Olympics. It's like FIBA on steroids because everyone actually gives a shit and everyone puts their best team forward.
And they're on steroids.
Well, yeah,
And they're on steroids, probably.
Chinese team, Chinese swim team.
Hey, I didn't mention names. I didn't go there.
And of course, Hammo's most excited about the Olympics because Ben Simmons will be representing Australia.
Man,
Yes.
like he rightfully should be. We've been waiting for the return of Jesus, and this is as close we're going to get.
Is this the inception of the Ben
Wow.
Simmons segment?
You went straight there.
Ben- I think we should almost start the Ben Simmons fan club in here in the Aussie Suns fans. But hey,
The
who
anti-fan
knows what'll
club.
happen?
Don't mention my
talk-
name.
Let's talk about a former Sun now, Cameron Payne. We traded him, of course, to the San Antonio Spurs. He has been released this week. It's a good opportunity for Cam because the talk is that they've released him so that he can go to a contender. I'm not sure, Boyd, was I speaking to you about this? As long as he doesn't go to a contender in the West, I'm okay. But
Yeah, possibly.
What's your thoughts on campaign? Now, guys, I saw a lot of shit on Twitter day one as soon as the thing came out that he was going to be released. We traded campaign. We cannot get him back. He had to have been traded again for us to get him back. Or we have to wait 12 months. Yeah. But he's not coming back to us this year, guys. It's just not happening.
Well, what worries you about campaign in the West? What, the fact that he's going to dominate Jordan Goodwin? Like, what the fuck?
No,
Who
I
cares?
just don't want it. I don't want to play 4 games against Cam. Go to the East Coast.
Who do you think will get
I
it?
kind of get that logic.
Who do you
That's
think?
a really good question, boy. Well, let's go. Hammo, who do you think, thinking outside the box, and we've done a little bit of a review of the teams that are out there, who do you think is most likely to fit campaign really well right now as a backup point?
Detroit.
Oh, just because the Monty love or what?
Monty Love. Straight up.
Yeah, they've already got about 16 point guards though, don't they?
Well, that's perfect for Monty, isn't it?
I think
Possibly.
it's Brooklyn.
Yeah,
Well, there's a lot of
been
talk
talk
about Brooklyn.
right?
But I think that's just a fantasy kind of thing. It's like a superhero team up, like the Avengers. You know, you want to see Cam and Mikhail back together with campaign. But
Well,
I mean,
we want to see that.
really,
but
he could be one of them people that might just, you know, bit off his nose to spite his face kind of thing. He was staring at like a $5-6 million contract for the year. I can't see a
Well, that's the question.
quote
Who's got
unquote
5 or 6 million
championship
bucks?
contender that's
Well,
going
no
to
one's
take him
paying
back
5
on.
or 6 because he's waived, so he's a straight payout at 5.
So
or
he's
6 mil.
nothing.
He's
got
going to.
no
The likelihood is.
No, he's
guarantee.
that makes him a steal. He's going to get his
Yeah,
fucking
he's going to
back.
get a vet min, and he's going to
He's
get
So
a
gonna
vet.
get his back. He's going to get his
who's gonna
6.5
sign him, boy?
million. Fucking anyone that needs some point guard depth.
Who's
I
who's
don't
the
mind
Any
this
contender?
one.
fucking one.
I actually don't mind this one, the OKC.
I'm not allowed to talk about them. They're off.
Oh,
They're
no,
off limits.
if you want to
They're
know
off
about
limits for the whole
OKC
episode.
and how he would fit in OKC, ask Nate if you got a spare half an hour. Fucking tell us all about it.
Off limits. Not going to do that
Hey,
again.
Hey, but no, look,
I'll have
Brooklyn.
to block Boyd on all my socials and lose a friend. No, not doing it again.
I feel like Cam Payne will have the likes of Cam Johnson and Macau, pleading his case to the front office in Brooklyn. And I think, honestly, where's their depth at the position? They got Cam Thomas that can play some guard, but I don't think he's as consistent as Cam Payne. And there's something to be said for the synergy that them 3 guys had. And Brooklyn are in a position where, really, they're looking for as much synergy as they can get. When you know, it's a no-brainer for Brooklyn, if you ask me. And I think that the guys.
This is another really, really solid option is Miami, particularly if they do move on from Kyle Lowry and they bring Lillard in. They really don't have the likelihood is a trade with Lillard sees Tyler Hero gone. They've lost Gabe Vincent. They haven't signed any other point guards at the moment. They're a team that needs a little bit of point guard depth. Just the way their roster is structured.
They could end up taking Lillard's spot at Portland too.
Yeah, I think Portland's really going to look at that youth push. I'd be really surprised if it was a Portland sort of push for him. Hey, the team he fits the best at is San Antonio. So
it was actually. Hey, Boyd, you said bring him to Brooklyn for some consistency. What was consistent about his game? Because he used to push the shit out of us.
Inconsistency.
Out of us. Exactly.
No, well, look, but he was always a very capable ball handler. Always he pushed the tempo, which suits both Cam and Mikal. And I think really it's more so you'll find consistency with that synergy piece, with just the chemistry that he's already got pre-made there. So I think that works. I think it works in the starting lineup.
I don't know about the starting lineup. I can't. Well, they've got Dinwiddie still, haven't they?
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, so he's the obvious starter.
And Ben Simmons.
Simmons.
We always forget that.
the man who's already been told by the coach that he's going to start at point.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. There's two guys that I fucking forgot about, and they're two guys I have in fantasy. Fucking hell. But still,
the other one I like. What about Memphis? Because they're not going to have Jar for 25 games, and in that 25 games, there's a chance he shoots up a strip club. So they're probably going to need somebody to back up Derrick Rose.
Well, they've got Marcus Smart. He'll probably slip more into the.
He's not really a player.
He is, but he's not your traditional. I know what you mean. Yeah, look,
he's the only person I know that cries more than fucking Boyd. I just had to take that moment.
I'm envisioning there being lots of moments like this. I'm a psychic.
Just fucking lay it on me, bro. Just kick back. I don't mind. Give it to me. You owe me.
So, well, let's. Do we all agree that the most likely landing spot is a contender?
Well, not by the definitions of the teams you've just mentioned. No. I mean, what contenders did you mention outside of maybe Miami?
Miami.
That's the only team you mentioned.
The Grizzlies, which we'll talk about later, are probably most consider a contender except for you, which we'll talk about later. But
there's no guarantee he gets picked up by anyone.
Consider that.
Oh,
no, there's not. Well, he played good enough basketball that he's not going to.
I'm not saying he didn't, but there's just no guarantee in today's game.
He dropped.
You know what I mean?
Do you know who else? Do you know who else? Actually, now I think about it, the Clippers.
Oh fuck!
The Clippers are probably very well suited to a campaign type.
Yeah, 100% they are. But yeah, no, I like.
He's too nice of a guy to play for the Clippers, isn't he?
I like the Miami one, Gav. After they fucking shift out a bunch of shit for Dame, if it happens eventually, like they're going to want to fill some stocks and campaigns a good head of cattle to chuck in that fucking paddock for sure.
And it comes down to what happened. And like you said, if Dame comes in, they're going to get rid of Lillard. The likelihood is Kyle Lowry gets moved for a trade at some stage there. And Tyler Hero will be part of the Dame trade. Gabe Vincent's already gone. So they're certainly going to need something.
I'd be happy with that too.
Yeah. All right. Let's go into our South West Division review. I know this is Boyd's favourite part. So, Boyd, you can go first.
99.
You ready to roll, Boyd?
Ready, steady, go.
I mean, I know you don't give a flying fuck about anyone but the next division, but let's give it a go.
We'll give it a go.
No
Talk to us, Boyd.
All right, so topping out. So even without Ja Morant for 25 games, am I correct in saying that?
That is correct, my man.
Even without the 25 games from Ja, they've hustled really well to get Rose and Marcus Smart. That Marcus Smart and his grittiness, and that just fucking screams Memphis basketball. I think it's going to be
Grant
a seamless
Williams too, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. Two guys, both of them guys, like they scream Memphis fucking style basketball. So I think that you won't see the drop off that a lot of people are predicting with Ja Morant gone. So I see them maintaining that division. The New Orleans Pelicans. Well, this is a bounce back year for Zion for me, and albeit I was much higher on the Pelicans and Ingram before the fucking performance he put on at the World Cup. But look, I don't think that. I think that was more isolated to the that World Cup game. It just didn't suit him.
Yeah, the style didn't suit him.
Yeah. But look, I think he was injured a lot last season. I think he comes good, but ultimately the keys are in fucking Zion's hands. They've still got a lot of young, nice pieces. You've got that fucking avocado cunt who's a pain in the ass. You've got who's that fucking
The MVP.
Fucking that 3-point shooter they got. The fuck is it? Anyway, they've got some. Herb Jones. I love that.
Herb
cunt.
Jones, Trey Murphy.
Trey Murphy, that's the guy. Like he'll take a leap, I reckon. So yeah, look, I think that they jump up into second there. Dallas. Yeah, I put Dallas there, and I don't want to fucking put Dallas anywhere because they're fucking scumbags, a whole lot of them. I put them there because Houston is going to be a bit of a shit show for a while. They've got a lot of adjusting to do with their a completely
Fucking don't know what.
a completely different fucking lineup. Although Dylan Brooks and his performance in the World Cup would suggest they're going to be fucking number one in that division. Dylan Brooks cooking USA. What a fucking laugh that was. Great. So yeah, I've got Dallas there just because I have Houston next. Now, whilst I think that they are going to be a bit of a shit show for a little bit, they've got a few vets. They've got Jock, they've got Dylan, they've got Van Fleet, but I feel like there's still going to be some growing pains when you're mixing it in with Jalen. Is it Jalen Green and that other cunt, that Jabari Smith Jr.? There's going to be some growing pains there initially, but I think that they work it out towards the end of the season and start looking a bit better. I'm actually probably a bit light on W's for them. I kind of feel like they'll probably get more. And I don't know why I put 22. Did I put 22? Yeah, I put 22.
No,
Yeah,
last year, bro. It's exactly the same mistake I made last week or on Sunday when I was reading yours.
It is
You're
too.
talking about Houston? 35 you've picked.
35. No, I was on fire. That's about what I was thinking. Unreal. Okay, cool. I'll start looking at that column now. All right. And San Antonio, I have a funny feeling. I just don't trust big, lanky fucking cunts, Chet Holmgren motherfuckers, Porzingis, injury-riddled fucks. I just don't trust their bodies, man. I don't think a lot of people trust their bodies, and probably maybe not the medical staff. Maybe he's wrapped in. Maybe he rolls his ankle and they give him a few games off just to be sure. So I feel like
you might want to review your team MVP though at this stage.
Hey, I did. I put Cam. That was more of a bit of a Phoenix hug I gave him there. I honestly thought that he was going to be he was going to get some good usage there. I thought he was going to be a good piece for him, honestly. honestly. But in saying that, yeah, the MVP there now, or you'd go with a Wemby or a Keldon Johnson. I think probably Keldon Johnson, just because he's got them reps in, and I'm just not sure on how many games Wemby's going to play.
All right. So your standings before we look at the Pacific Division, you got the Spurs in 15th, Portland 14th, Houston 13th, Dallas 12th, and out of the play-in, Utah 11th, New Orleans in 10th in the play-in, Minnesota in 7th, OKC in 6th, Memphis in 5th, and Denver in 3rd.
Love it.
No other comments there?
No, any of you guys got any issues with the MVPs? They're all pretty straightforward.
Fuck no, I wouldn't dare comment, Boyd.
It's your choice,
so.
bro.
Oh, good. I fucking like this new Nate. This is fucking great.
Nate, you're up next.
I just want to sleep peacefully tonight. Yeah.
Nate, you're up next. Talk to me.
It's actually interesting listening to Boyd go through his standings and looking at the wins versus my wins, because our win records or predicted wins aren't that far apart on most of these teams, but the way they shuffle around is completely different. So I've got Dallas. We'll see where I have them sitting overall. Still finishing at the top of that. I think it's one of those situations where I said with Minnesota, they have to win. They have to make it work. And I think because Kyrie's staying on, I think they have to find a way to make it work and be better than they were last year, because let's face it, that little slide out of playoff contention altogether was complete rubbish. Let's just assume Zion's healthy and the Pels. I've got them neutral, even though they're going back a couple of wins. And it's, again, you just don't know who's going to play, how strong they are, because the last 2 seasons they've been stronger, they've been weaker. They weren't as good last year as they were the year before when we played them in the playoffs. So I just didn't have full hope in them there. I've got Memphis dropping a fair bit. I've got a couple of notes that say basically, like, all the Bane hype for fantasy. It's just everyone's talking about Bane being the best pickup from the Grizzlies in fantasy. And I'm just like, yeah, mate, I just don't see that translating to wins. I got Triple J down as the MVP, because we all know the guy on the bench adds the stats to make sure he's Defensive Player of the Year. I just don't think Bane, Triple J, and Smart save the franchise. I've got them with 13 less wins based on a chemistry concern, because there was a lot of talk that Steven Adams didn't want to fucking be there anymore, and he's the big ass anchor on that team.
I still
so you only need one person on that starting lineup that doesn't want to fucking be there to kick it all off kilter.
Yeah, I think he gets traded, Nate. I still see them looking at Brandon Clark as their starting center.
So a 6'8" starting center.
Mm-hmm.
Can I interest
with
you?
T-Rex arms?
Can I interest you in Bol?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Cap filler that we don't have.
Fuck, I mean, Boyd, Hammo, and I know I would love Steven Adams on our fucking team. 100. So I've got Memphis falling the most, just based on the whole chemistry combination. And I didn't even look into the trade. I just thought, no, they're going to have a center that doesn't want to be there. Everything's a little bit broken. Marcus Smart, I don't think he's going to fix things. He's going to be great, but I don't think he fixes anything straight away. Keep going down. Houston and San Antonio. It's not much different to what Boyd had, to be honest. We had San Antonio with the same amount of wins projected, bottom of the ladder. The Grizzlies at 38. We had both the Grizzlies projected at 38. I just have them falling with 38 wins. Look, Houston, I still think Houston's a bit of a dumpster fire for culture, and I don't know if Fred VanVleet is enough to fix it in 1 year, especially when you throw in a fucking toxic chili pepper like Dylan Brooks on top of it. I actually think the big advantage that they actually have now is what happened with KPJ this week, because he's toxic as fuck, and he's basically got himself suspended for the year.
Miles Bridges style.
Oh shit! Oh, like that. Well, see, I haven't
Yeah,
heard
yeah, he
that.
punched up.
And
He
I did
punched
these
up his wife.
predictions well before
Or
this week. So.
punched up his girlfriend.
Broke her
okay.
neck.
Another one. Fuck.
She's got a
So,
fractured
mate-
vertebrae in her neck.
Oh, fuck. Then maybe Houston fall lower than Portland for me then. But either way, yeah, I just don't see what they've done being enough to climb them up the ladder. So yeah, Dallas, New Orleans, Grizz, Rockets, Spurs. As far as the MVPs go, I don't think the league will allow anybody other than Luka to be the MVP. Zion, if he's healthy, should always be the best stat padder on that team. Triple J, I mean, eventually he's just going to have an amazing season in his own right without the help of the guy on the scoreboard.
The stats man.
Yeah, exactly. Fred VanVleet was brought in for a reason. He has to be the leader of that team. And then, look, I put Wemby down, but look, it could easily be, like Boyd said, Keldon Johnson. It could easily be anybody else because you just don't know what these big guys are going to be like in their first season, especially, are they going to play him at center? Where are they going to play him? What skill set is he going to use? How long is it going to take him to figure out against a real NBA squad? So I put Wemby down just because the league wants it. And national media, they have a way to find a way to put their big names where they want them.
All right,
waffle too much, Boyd?
No, you're good, mate. You can stop fucking bringing it up if you want.
So you've got San Antonio 15th, Portland 14th, Houston 13th, Utah 12th, Memphis 10th, so at the bottom of the play-in.
Yep.
New Orleans in 9th, Dallas 6th, OKC in 5th,
Can't talk
Minnesota
about that.
in 4th, Denver in 2nd.
Yep. And yet again, I did this one sober as compared to the East. So I'm a little more confident about my early predictions.
The interesting one for me is the big dump on Memphis.
Yeah, look, and to be honest, when we get into the next episode, we'll talk about the wins-loss records that I have between 10 and 6, and there's literally a game between 10 and 6. So it's not like I really think, they're going to fall off that far. I just think if I had to put a game difference between these teams, which order do I think, based on everything going on, do they finish in?
It's really, from what I see from what you've done, it's the competitive aspect of the West, right?
It really is. It really is.
Yeah.
Like even we spoke about it last week, there's more wins coming out of the East because the West is so more competitive.
Absolutely. All right, Beasting.
Colonel Sanders, go.
All right, so the Grizz. I think the addition of Marcus Smart's going to be huge for him. Please don't think I've been rude sitting here on my phone for the last 2 minutes, but I'm on NBA trade machine trying to work out how we can get Steven Adams. I think the Grizz, Adams is pissed. You're right. He's very pissed about the whole Morant thing. He's got an opportunity to take this team on his own shoulders and move forward.
You think he goes that direction with it?
I kind of think he does. I think he's going to have a little bit of pride to it. He doesn't seem the kind of bloke to bitch you out or something. It's like, nah, fuck this. I don't want to be here. I don't think he's that kind of dude. I could be wrong.
No,
but I think he's going to put the team on his shoulders and say, fuck this little wannabe gangster. Let's just do this our way and show him that it's not all about him. Pelicans, they're going to have an okay year. Not much difference. All the shit going on with Zion. I think Avocado, Boyd said it, Avocado is always a pest. He's always going to be a pest, man.
Can you just talk us through this one? Like, out of everyone on the Pels, Avocado is your MVP.
Yeah.
Does he even start?
Doesn't have to.
I'm going to shut up.
Well, so what do you think he's bringing that the team, it makes him the most valuable player on that team? Is it his?
I think it's just his hustle. I've never seen a game where he hasn't given it his all. Every single time he's on the court, he's banging.
Well, it's a shit pick, but it's your view, and it's what you see him bringing to the team. It's not what we were looking for, or anything. No. But yeah, terrible pick. But in its own right, it's a fine pick, Hammo.
You just don't see MVPs of a team coming off the bench.
I have a different view on things. We're in season 4 now. We should all know this.
We know.
Yeah, okay.
Keep on
So
rolling,
the Mavs. Fuck the Mavs. You know, just fuck the Mavs.
You say
Joel
fuck the
said
Mavs, but you've
Mavs
only
going to be
you've got them only
second.
one
I don't
game
know
apart from-
what they're second in, man. You know, sucking dick, maybe. I don't know. Mavs, Luka, moving on. Rockets.
But hang on a minute. You say fuck the Mavs. You and I have them only one win a difference in predicted wins, and you've got them better. But you're like, fuck them, suck a dick.
I just don't want to talk about them. I just don't like the Mavs. I don't like Luka. He was my flog last week. He's just a bitch.
And that is completely valid.
And moving on to the real story, the Houston Rockets. That shit with Kevin Porter Jr. today is just wrong, 100% wrong. They waived him. Apparently he waved back, but they didn't respond.
Did they waive him?
No, they didn't waive him. They haven't waived him.
I read that they waived him.
They're not
can't
allowed to
waive
waive him. They're not allowed to do anything until the NBA investigation's finished.
All right. Well, I read wrong. Either way, it's still a fucking shit show. Van Fleet, however you want to say it, he's still putting out good basketball, man. Really is. So I think he's going to be the standout for the Rockets. Moving on to the Spurs.
Shit.
They're just going to tank, man, honestly. I'm not seeing much out of him. Wemby, I don't think he's going to play a lot. I think it was Boyd saying like the... Yeah, why the fuck not? Well, it can't be campaign, can it?
Reggie Bullock struggled to actually hold a contract, and now you've got him as an MVP of the MVP.
Or repeat.
Well, it's a better.
He's doing better than campaign, isn't he?
It's a better prediction than fuckos. At least he's on the roster.
Thank you very much. Thank you for tuning into my TED Talk.
All right, Hammo.
Now, bear in mind, people, these were done weeks ago.
Yeah, actually, Hammo was the first one to get his in, so he was ahead of the
the first one to get yelled at, so I was the first one to get him in.
So Reggie
You were the first
Bullock,
one to get yelled at because you were the last one to get the East in.
Correct.
Reggie Bullock or Jose Alvarado.
Hey, at least the bloke that I chose actually plays for that team.
That's a good
You've got a
point.
point.
That's a
You've got a
very good point.
Well, mine did at the time I picked him. Then he's next son.
That's true.
He makes-
That's true.
He makes me erect. I get hard over that guy. He's big.
That's why you
fucking
got the
wingnut
pinprick.
ears. Them big
He's a
handle
nice guy.
ears. Fucking get up here, boy. Yes.
Show us
All
your
right.
pinprick.
Hammo, you got Spurs in 15th, Portland 14th, Houston 13th, Utah 12th, Minnesota 11th, OKC 9th, Dallas 8th, New Orleans 7th, Memphis 4th, and Denver 1st.
Yeah, I still fucking hate that pick.
And Joel in the chat, his picture is. It's a mix
I
of. Well,
just
he says
responded
it's.
to him in the chat.
Why can't I see it? Yeah, he says
He got,
it's a big thing, but he got bashed by the missus.
Fuck no, man. If she hit me, it'd be a lot worse than that.
He's
It was a warning shot.
his missus.
No,
his
I was
missus found out
driving the
that he
truck,
picked
man. The
Reggie
bee
Bullock.
come in and stung me. So, yeah. Looks like I went 10 rounds, but
Yeah, the bee bashed him. That's what happened.
yeah,
That's
Bee
what
bashed him.
fucking oath it did.
Bee bashed
You
him.
think I could find it? Jesus.
And yet again to Gavin's perfect picture with Al McCoy. Yep.
Beautiful.
Big Dick
It's
McCoy.
beautiful.
I've got Memphis winning 51. I've got Memphis winning 48 games. I'm opposite of you, Nate. I think Desmond Bain took a leap last year. I think he'll continue to take a leap this year, particularly without Jar. I'm going to shoot up a strip club Morant.
How do you think he's the center, though? How do you think a 6'8" center with T-Rex arms is going to change the team?
Desmond, well. What are you talking about?
What?
Isn't Desmond Bain 6'8" with T-Rex arms?
No, Desmond Bain's like 6'4" and a shooting guard.
And he
I was
got
talking-
Yeah,
T-Rex.
he's that bloke that,
When I
what did you
mentioned
say
the
about him,
sen-
Boyd?
when I mentioned the senator before, Nate, I said Brandon Clark,
That's the one
who
I'm
is
thinking.
6'11" and has a
Brandon
wingspan.
Clark's not 6'11".
Yeah, he is.
Desmond
You're
Bain
thinking
had
of
little
Desmond
arms.
Bain
Oh,
with T-Rex arms. Yeah, you're thinking of Desmond Bain, mate, but he's a shooting guard.
To Boyd's point, this is how much attention I pay to fucking Memphis. Clearly, it's all on OKC and Phoenix.
well, Desmond Bain. I hope for Memphis' sake he doesn't play center. And but
Me
yeah,
too.
he's definitely got some midget in him.
Actually, for Memphis, he has got midget. For Memphis' sake, especially when they're playing Phoenix, I hope he does play center.
Fucking mate. Oi, DA still won't dominate him. He'll DA will get bullied by Desmond T-Rex fucking Bain.
BA will pass out of the post.
And I'm just
No.
waiting. I'm just waiting for Joel to fucking spark up in the chat since I said that.
Yeah, you wait until the 8 and chat tonight and tomorrow morning, mate. Joel's gonna fucking absolutely rain it down on you.
What?
I've got Dallas finishing with 43 wins. I'm with Nate here. They have to get better. They've got no choice. Look, Luka and Kyrie are fucking really, really talented basketball players. I do like the additions to the Mavs. I did say Grant Williams before. I think Grant Williams is actually at the Mavs. I think that's a nice addition. I like their roster far more now than I did last year. And I think they'll settle into it, and they're going to be a pretty damn dangerous team this year, unfortunately. The Pels, I think, will get better.
Just because cutting people off last episode was something I did well. Your Brandon Clark is 6'7" and 9 of the quartiles, so he's barely
mate,
6'8".
You can find
He's
whatever
barely
you want on
6'8".
Google.
He's barely 6'8".
The
What's
New
6'8"?
Orleans Pelicans.
Whatever, mate.
Pelicans finishing third, 42 wins again. I think they were a better side than what they displayed last year. Brandon Ingram's their best player. If Zion stays healthy, their win total could be anything. In saying that, I actually think that Zion will get traded out of New Orleans before the deadline, and potentially into New York for a Julius Randle type. I still think
in that scenario.
Fucking spicy hot.
Did they finish with 38 last year?
Yeah, I believe so.
I've got them
I
down
might
as
have.
42.
I might have fucked that up. I don't know. No, they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah, I've got them down as 42, but either way, that's all right.
Yeah, they didn't make the playoffs. So they're a better team than that, though. Houston, I think, will get better. Probably even more so now. I think they'll get better without KPJ. KPJ is an absolute. He just seems like one of those cancer types.
Erratic.
And he's the black hole of basketball. When the ball goes in, it never comes out. I think they'll actually be better balanced without him on the court. And I think Jalen Green will take a leap. Nobody picked him, but everybody mentioned him. I think the Spurs win 25. I think Wemby plays early, maybe the first part of the season, then pulls a Chet, gets an injury, and they just sit him. And look for that next draft pick that they can pair with him. And I think
injury.
Yeah, well, I don't think it'll be it'll be legitimate, but if they were a contender, he'd probably be playing. Is sort of my my take on that.
It's a TJ Warren concussion for 3 years.
Yeah, look, that's Joel Embiid in his first couple of seasons. That type of thing where they were more than happy to pick up their number one picks. Keldon Johnson is outside of Wemby. Keldon Johnson's naturally their best player. They really don't have a lot of other options or depth. So, Keldon for me.
Nice.
I still have Portland finishing last.
Still, even over
Spurs
San
14th, Houston 13th, Utah 12th, OKC 10th, New Orleans 9th, Dallas 7th, Minnesota 6th, Memphis 4th, Denver 2nd. Now, I think the common theme here when it comes to the Southwest, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but the common theme here with the Southwest is that we don't think that any team in the Southwest is worth a pinch of shit.
Capiche.
Nah. Fuck them.
Quando.
Yeah, no,
I mean, for
I've-
me, Memphis,
Dallas
Memphis
is
is,
the only
Quando.
one that I've got as an actual legitimate playoff team.
and that's the funny one for me is I think that Memphis is the better regular season team and is going to be the team that will finish 4th because they win games. But come playoff time, Dallas is going to be the biggest risk out of this division.
We've seen it before.
You look back 10 years ago, that was one of the toughest divisions around. Yeah, with the Spurs, the Rockets, and the Mavs, and now it's just fucked.
Memphis used to be good too around then. What was
But
that? Gasol,
Mark
Randolph,
Gasol area.
Conley was fucking good back then.
Actually, you are right, Hammo. You are right.
Well, it was
Oh,
the,
it
yeah, it
was
was the
a fucking
Hustles.
tough-
San Antonio,
No.
Houston, just the Texas teams held that fucking
Yeah.
division up.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same in
Yeah.
the division that we're in. You know, if you look back
What
over
they
the last
used
10
to,
years.
what they used to call Memphis, like they were like Hustle City or something like that.
It was grit and grind, wasn't
Grid
it?
City,
Grind.
Grid City, yeah,
Grit
or
City,
Grind City, yeah.
Yeah. And they were too. Fuck Zach Randolph, man. I love that cunt. Well, you
He
know,
was cool.
Joel,
Everyone did.
Luka and Kyrie can learn to play together, but who's their third guy? It's a fucking, don't they fall off a cliff? Was it Grant Williams?
Grant Williams.
Maybe,
Okay,
maybe they can
solid.
learn to play together in your spare bed there, Boyd.
Yeah, maybe. I'll warm it up for him.
Little team chemistry, you know?
Yeah. Oh, look, I think that this division, as I said, I think Memphis is the best regular season team and are going to win games just from the youth. But come playoffs, it's Dallas or bust. There's nothing else in this division. When it comes, if you put this division up and take Dallas out of it and just put up the other 4 teams, we good in the West.
We're great in the West.
How do you rate us against the Pels again, though? Because they've been a trouble team for us. They play hard basketball, respectable hard basketball. So how do you?
We're a different team.
I don't.
different
Yeah,
team,
and that's the thing. I don't think the Pels last year gave us trouble at all. The season before.
I mean, I did say that they slid from when they gave us trouble to last year to where I see them now. I have them sliding, but I don't know.
Our roster
It's too
now.
far
in
removed to
comparison-
go, hey, fuck it, no problem.
Yeah, our roster in comparison to that playoff series 2 years ago, we have Book and Ayton.
Yeah, true.
That's pretty
So
much
two
it.
2 years ago, the Pels had the element of surprise, right? They weren't getting scouted like they were this season just gone. I think that the pressure of overperforming the year prior and all the hype around Zion and all their young pieces, I think it got the best of them ultimately. And there was a lot of Ingram.
Get another injury, yeah.
Yeah, there was his big toe was sore or some shit like that, and he fucking and he sat out a lot of it. But yeah, I think that just that overachieving, against us and everyone that season, it sort of caught up with them. But they should bounce back. I think they would have learned from it. And
I think they're definitely going to be a better side this year.
Yeah.
And old mate, their what's his name? Who's their coach? Willie.
yeah, our guy.
Willie Green.
Willie Green.
Will-
Can coach.
Trade-
Clearly showed that already.
I still think
Murphy's gonna
Brandon
be
Ingram's
better.
their biggest weakness because he's so inconsistent. His attitude, his
Injury
behavior,
prone too.
his
man.
injuries, everything else
I don't
around
know.
him. Though
I don't know if
kind
it's
of.
attitude. He's just high all the time.
He
But he
has
complains
all
through
the
fever.
fundamentals
He
to be the
wins.
next KD. He really does.
wins
He has
through
all of the
fever.
attributes, but he's just got no fucking motor. Like,
Hey
no,
guys,
when he's down, he doesn't get going.
can
Yeah,
I just say something to someone in the chat there? Something that's been not bothering me, but I've been very curious about, and just reply in your own time. But Coda Kig, can you give us an update on your fucking Iggy Azalea OnlyFans snubbing, please? I think about it more than I should, and I just want to know how are you going on that front, brother? How are you going with Iggy?
Coda, has Iggy stepped up to the plate yet? That's all we want to know.
We need to know.
We need to know. This is a must know type of setup. Yeah, let's move on. We'll go to a bit of shag, marry, and kill, and based off 2K. I am
2K.
going to throw. I'm going to throw this one
2K.
out.
We're not allowed to
not
talk too
2K
long about this.
They're not 2K based, but they're bigger based. But they're in 2K, so this is what triggered it for me. TNT, the panel, Shaq, Chuck, and Kenny. Who would you shag out of Shaquille O'Neal, Charles Barkley, and Kenny Smith?
Fucking hell.
Fuck, I ain't fucking with Shaq.
Now, I'm happy. I'm happy. Boyd, go.
I'm going to marry Chuck because I
Yeah.
love him so much. And mate, look, I just whatever you say, Chuck. If that's your fucking hot take there, what Kevin Durant's a fucking shit cunt? Okay, I'm down. I'll do whatever you say, Chuck. I'll be his little bitch. I'll be his little fucking runaround wife. I'll do whatever he says. So Chuck for the marriage, living happily ever after. And I don't have many feels for Kenny, but I'm not going to try and root Shaq. I don't know. They come and kill me somehow. even if it was a fucking he was tied down and all that sort of shit. He'd find a way. He just fucking do like a backwards headbutt and just fucking finish me. So I'm going to shoot that cunt for a couple of times just to make sure. Yeah, sorry, Kenny, but you're getting all the Boyd.
Gav, I'm really disappointed you didn't throw Ernie into this because that would have been an easy pick.
Yeah, well, that's why I left Ernie out. That was pointless. Nate, shag, marry,
Like I
kill,
said-
Shaq, Chuck, Kenny.
I like I said, I'm not fucking with Shaq. So let's go straight away and kill Shaq because he does not fit into this environment. Like Boyd said, I'm just like, you could strap this guy down. He's going to find a way to get you. No, I don't want nothing to do with it. Chuck and Kenny. I'm going to marry Kenny because
Before
Kenny's everyone's bitch.
before you do keep going though, I'm surprised Boyd didn't find a way to say he's not allowed to fuck you back.
Well, he's not, but I'm more worried about him killing me. Like he could just do some mad fucking munching thing with his ass cheeks while you're trying to fucking and just fucking break
Snap
his
it off.
penis or something.
Snap your
it
dick
off.
off.
Yes, big cunt.
What the fuck?
Yes,
And
keep going, mate.
I'm going to marry Kenny because I just think that's a harmonious relationship, more so than the alternative, which is Chuck, who's an argumentative fuck. But the argumentative ones make great roots. So that's kind of where
believe you've written Chuck.
Yeah, no, let's fuck Chuck.
Hey, mate.
Man, this took way much more thought than it really should have. All right,
Because Ernie
so
wasn't in it.
I'm gonna fuck Chuck just because. I'm going to marry Kenny because he seems like the most submissive of the bunch. And I'm going to kill Shaq because does anyone remember Shazam?
Yeah. Great.
I never watched it.
Great.
Never watched.
Great movie you love to forget.
If you all don't know what I'm talking about, look up a movie from like 94, 95 with Shaq called Shazam, where he's a fucking genie, like in Aladdin kind of genie. And yeah, tell me that doesn't deserve
even better. Buy the soundtrack.
Oh
Literally,
yeah,
there's like 16 songs on the soundtrack, and half of them are Shaq.
Sounds
I
like a
say
Muppet that you
because I
can't
did buy the
understand.
soundtrack. I still remember it. It's in my CD library in the storage shed.
But yeah, no. So yeah, no, Shaq and die. I'm sorry, Shaq.
Boyd, we
Don't
have an
kill me.
update. Iggy's on the road right now promoting a new single. Coda, that doesn't mean she can't message you.
Yeah, man. Oh, all her fingers broken. I
That
don't
might
know,
be
man.
slang. He's on the run,
Fuck
chasing
Coda.
her.
She's not doing
Oh,
Kenny
he's
by
Paul
herself.
Jr.
Coda, stop
Kevin
making
Bond Jr.
excuses for her, mate. Stop making excuses for her. She should have fucking replied by now.
Yeah.
She's fucking
Yeah.
she's fucking
She
someone
needs-
else. I bet you. I bet you
needs
she's
to
fucking
commit.
around
She's
on you,
fucking
man.
someone else. Yeah, this isn't good enough. This isn't good
KPJ
enough.
didn't make
Coda,
excuses for anybody else.
Coda, you need. Oh my god, mate. Coda, you need to call her out. It's just not good enough. Don't forget the Super Nintendo
Shaq
game
Fu.
Shaq Fu.
Shaq Fu.
That's right there too.
This guy.
I'm
It'd be
gonna-
worth killing him just not to see another fucking infomercial.
Oh, okay, Coda, that's fine. If she sent you nudes before she left, that's fine. That's okay. Boyd sent me nudes before he
The
left.
fuck
for
would you
birthday.
know if it was her or not? Fucking hell.
Boyd did send me nudes, and
Oh,
he's going to send me. He's sending me more tonight. We've
Yeah.
already spoken about it. So
Hell
It's
yeah.
almost a daily thing.
look,
Do you like me
looking,
now,
for-
Gav?
looking
how
forward
you
to
like
those. Hey, if it came down to shagging you, I'd cut you off then too.
You don't like pinpricks?
I'm going the opposite way. I'm going to shag Shaq just because I like to live life on the edge. I just want to like see if I can get in and get out.
You'd
That's-
need to
I'm
stand
giving
on
What
a
a
ledge to reach the
colonoscopy.
pinhole.
I'm giving it a go.
Have you got a step ladder or something? Do you use it or?
I'd work something out, mate. I'd hire in like an excavator or something like that to lift me up. I'm
Run
just
and jump
I'm-
on a mini tramp.
To be honest, you're all weak as piss, and I'm having a go.
Just
at
rub your leg 3 times and see if it fits.
it. I am going to marry Kenny because he is most likely to be a wonderful housewife and lifelong companion. And I'm killing Chuck just for his golf swing.
That is the
it-
ugliest swing you've ever seen.
That's harsh.
Yeah,
No,
that's-
No, it's 100% correct.
It's bad. I know it's bad, but it's harsh to kill him for it. I'd go as far as going out on that golf course and let him beat me, just because I'm a supportive partner.
I would have
At
gone
golf?
that you're a shit golfer.
Or just in
What
general.
kind of beating are you looking for here?
Yeah, that's right. What sort of beating you?
Yeah, I
We
don't know,
know how
man.
much- You know how much love you've got for Chuck, so it's like
If you're fucking Shaq, man, you're gonna get some Shaq Sutra on your ass.
I'll tell you right now, it's
Shaq.
I'd
Shaq
even let him
gonna
fucking
give it
go.
to you. He's
Um,
gonna give it to you.
we don't have any questions without notice today. We are saving our beer of the week and our flog of the week for our 100th episode on Saturday. So
can I bounce back?
yeah, go.
Seeing what Boyd said, you want to put Shaq in the F section of this category. I've been to Phoenix with you, and I've seen you with some beautiful brown sugar. You got Skylar Diggins Smith, or you got Shaq. Who are you getting on a ledge for, brother?
Oh, Skylar, every day of the week. Every day of the week. Anyway, that took a turn. Boyd, any last comments? Where do we find you? All that sort of fun shit.
At Buds83. You can find me at the Crown Casino in Perth right now. Listening to some nice country music at the moment.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You're
Respect.
not strike music country fan, brother.
I'm not. I'm
Man,
just
what-
listening to it because
You
the
just can't
fuckers
find the
playing just
remote.
outside my fucking door.
I was going to say, do you not have the ability to get up and turn that fucking rubbish off?
Oh, come on, man. That's awesome.
I'd have to go
90% of my
downstairs-
playlist is country.
I'd have to go downstairs and take out the band that's playing. It's
What
fucking
you need
loud.
to do is go down
Go to
down
that
and
bar.
ask him.
Go to that bar.
Go down to the yeah. You do need to go to the bar.
That Crown
I will
bar.
say
That Crown bar with the
yeah.
band here is awesome.
Yeah, no, I will say you need to go to that bar. But go down there and ask them if their dogs come back and their wife hasn't left them. Because if they play the song in reverse,
I'll go and ask them if they can play some Tupac.
The
And some
dog's
fucking,
pregnant and the Ute's got a
Are
flat.
you at the Crown Metropole?
Yeah,
Are you in the Metropole?
yeah.
Isn't Tupac what you're
You've got the little bathroom there with the wind-out windows and the bathtub right on the other side of it. Yeah. Fuck, I love those rooms.
Don't
I
use a
miss-
You
black
did.
light.
You
I
definitely,
always,
you
I
definitely
always
need to go
stayed in the
down to the
Metropole
country
when I
bar.
worked in Perth. I miss it.
Oh, beautiful.
Hammo, last comments. Where do we find you?
You can find me at Sir Hammo on Twitter. I just want to say this is a pretty damn awesome effort from Boyd here. He's in a different state and he's actually wearing Suns gear. I'm very impressed, bro. I'm very impressed. Last week you were only wearing bloody Roosters gear.
Oh,
Now you're
geez.
all the way on the other side of the
fuckwits-
fucking country.
Don't
And
bring
you've got
up
Suns
Roosters
gear on.
gear.
Some
I'm loving it.
fuckwits on the last pod managed to bring it up about 30 fucking times about me
Yep.
wearing a Roosters singlet when they're the
You
fucking
dickhead,
only big
Hammo.
grand final winners this season.
We almost got a whole episode passed.
I am not throwing any shade or any seeds or anything here, bro. I am very happy. You are halfway across. Well,
No,
you are the other side of the fucking country and you're still repping Suns gear, man.
Where the fuck am I?
I'm very proud of you, boy.
no. I'm not saying you're not happy. I'm the cunt that's not happy with your performance. Your performance towards myself in the last pod. You fucks. Cocks.
What the
Raging
fuck did
cocks.
I do to you?
You mentioned Roosters gear, man. You shouldn't have done it. He's very
No, I
tender
thought the
about it.
Roosters fucking
Guys,
Sit
suck.
on it and rotate.
I'm actually on steroids at the moment. I'm having it daily, and I'm actually putting it in my ass. And
I was going
my
to say,
head.
it's an unusual type of birth control.
I've got this condition, and they've given me a steroid, and I'm fucking using it on my head, but I've got a condition in my ass as well, which I just thought that the steroid might fix. So I'm fucking putting this shit in my ass. Fingers crossed
So
it works.
you're top shelving hair drugs.
Fingers crossed is not a good choice
the
of
hope for a
words
better
after you
outcome.
say that.
I think it's
Oh my
working.
God.
I think it's fucking working.
Hey, Boyd, question without
Have you
notice.
got an alopecia?
When are the orange shoes available?
In fact, the orange shoes. I don't get it. Dylan was asking me about shoes fucking earlier too. Messenger, really randomly.
It was one of the topics you threw your toys out of the cot over last week when we were talking about them.
Oh,
You
fucks.
cunts have been talking
Just
about
on the
shoes for
toys,
12
raw, man.
minutes.
I'm glad we have to explain it, but here they are, Boyd, just for you
Oh,
again.
here we go. And enter the second
Straight
hour
fire.
of the fucking podcast. Yes.
Tomorrow, look at him straight fire.
Nate, where do we find you all that shit?
Nate at Nicky's Falcon, all that, the X, the Twitter, whatever they call it now. But I did the wardrobe change, Boss 99 for the 99th episode.
99th episode.
The only useful thing this
Beautiful.
jersey has been good for, thank you for pointing out, Gav, is a 99th episode of Aussie Suns Fans Pod.
There we
So
go.
fuck yeah. And
Now
You
it's
probably
worth
don't
it.
own a car
No,
anymore.
it's
I was
worth
going
it.
to say you could wash the car with it, but yeah, probably don't need
Shut
one in
the fuck up.
Singapore.
Now it's worth it. 99th episode. So, guys, we do have our 100th episode coming up at 12 p.m. on Saturday. Our time,
Oh, shit, is it?
think
Well-
that is about 7 p.m. Arizona time. We hope we all see you. We've organised a whole heap of special fun stuff for the
Didn't realise
episode.
it was 12. Thought it was 12
Oh,
o'clock my
geez.
time.
No, come on, mate. Jeez. We've organised a whole heap of stuff. It's going to be fun. Hopefully, I can work out this whole clip and download clips and all that sort of shit, but I'm working on it. Follow us, Aussie Suns Fans, on Twitter, Aussie Suns Fans on YouTube. Do all that sort of shit. Make sure that you check out our old videos in the lead up for episode 100 on Saturday. We're going to have a laugh on Saturday. We've got a whole heap of special guests. Some of the guys back from the original days, all that sort of stuff. So that's exciting. But until then, gents, it's been a pleasure once again to have you guys on. It's been a pleasure to have you guys on. Boyd's certainly over in Perth doing it. Hammo is in New South Wales doing it. I'm in Victoria doing it. And Nate is in Singapore doing it. But ultimately, we're not here to fuck spiders.
As Chris Paul gets in, another wide open three.
Pierre Cardin.
Defers to Booker for the long range.
Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the valley, it ain't nothing but a thing. Phoenix. Phoenix Suns, and you know we up next. Yeah, we working for that championship ring. We the valley, it ain't nothing but a